Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special edition of the Giant pregame show brought to you by our amazing friends at Sherwood Ford. Tyler Yaremchuk is away at the All-Star game, avoiding the grind. If you listen to the Nation Real Life, that's a thing that Tyler does. So he's down enjoying some of the warm weather in Vegas. Caroline's on her way to Mexico. So the duo is me and Rick. But we got takes.
The old guys.
It's the old boys. The old boys, the vets are in today. So I guess we're going to try to follow the format. Tyler always gives us, he's all nervous that we're taking over. He's worried that we're probably going to take his job.
He should be worried about what's going to happen at the craps table.
Well, I shared with him my system. There's a system. Craps is the best game. I'm actually very envious he's going to be down there. He's down there with Mike McKenna, Scott Burnside, covering the All-Star game on behalf of the Daily Faceoff. But we are here to talk about tonight's game, the Edmonton Oilers, our beloved Oilers,
against the Washington Capitals. So we'll break. Before we do, I guess we'll do a game recap. I'm following the format that Tyler has here, and we'll talk about last game against Ottawa. Rick, what are your thoughts?
You know what? The Montreal game was really cool. It came out, scored a lot of goals, but I didn't think they looked the same as the previous two game ones where they had 96 shots in 2 games. What we brought out on against Ottawa, I thought it was a little hesitant again. They don't seem to be confident in grabbing the reins and running with it. I don't know exactly why or what or how you're going to change that. But we were able to get through 60 minutes, and then, overtime kind of screwed us over. I'm not a huge fan of the way he runs his lines in overtime. I don't like the fact he kind of skips out on the timeout, in which case he can double shift some of your best players, some of the best players in the world. But and then there was a shot over the shoulder of the world's shortest 6'7" man. Yeah. So if I'm gonna unpack that game, I think Leon Draisaitl had a hole in his stick. I don't know what was going on. Pucks were going through his blade that he doesn't normally do. His passing was off. The team passing was off. We couldn't receive a pass. When we were making a pass, we were throwing grenades at everyone, so they couldn't receive it. Because also we would have had way more. There were some really good chances that didn't happen because of either a bad pass or couldn't receive a pass. It was such an off night. It looks like October.
Yeah, it was super sloppy, and it was pissing me off because it wasn't just one play; it was happening all game. And then you take it to OT. Why all of a sudden the switch in strategy? Why are we trying to go for the low percentage pass in OT when it's about gaining possession and possession is key until you have that wide open opportunity to set someone else up? There was some weird passes happening, and we kept giving possession back to Ottawa, and it was driving me nuts.
Yeah, I don't understand it. We're such a good team when it comes to that type of stuff. You've got Connor and Leon out there who know each other inside out. Darnell gets involved in it. I honestly, now I think of it, I don't know if there was another defenseman on the ice during overtime besides Darnell.
Yeah.
I mean, I dig it. I get it. The guy can pass the puck and skate like the wind, get up and back, and no problem like that. I understand why he's out there. But something's missing. I don't know what it is. I know you split the guys up, so it makes it harder for the other team, but we can't win a face-off. And in overtime, it's all about possession. Yeah, you lose possession right away, losses. And then all of a sudden, it's a very passive defensive style, right? You're not out there trying to attack because you don't want to give up the 2-on-1 or whatever the other way. So it's very passive. And then you finally get the puck back, and we're kind of tired. And then you're looking at a line change, or the guys are going up because it's on them to score, but they're a half tank.
Yeah. And the funny thing about Draisaitl is when that guy is on low battery, he is powered down. Connor can run on fumes. Leon cannot.
But he thinks he can.
Yes, of course, but he's also really good. So, I get it. But
and he can play that style of game, though, because he can slow it down and turn it into a muck fest along the boards, and good luck knocking him off the puck.
Exactly. But, to me, it just goes down to that weird passing, and then obviously Mikko letting that goal in. You're right. He is 6'7". Why is there a foot above his right shoulder?
I'll never understand.
Stützle? Granted, great shot by Stützle, but he had it's not a snipe. He had a lot of room to shoot at. Yep. So that was just disappointing to lose like that. Granted, we created that, we gave him that opportunity to do it, but there were so many things that happened before that moment for us to take over that game. And it just sucks because we won 4 in a row. We're going into Ottawa being like, okay, well, that was the worst loss of the year that we had against them last time we played with them. So let's show up and show these guys.
It's not Ottawa from last year. I just want to say,
they're
like,
better. They're definitely better. But like we should have won that first game against them, and then we definitely should have won the last game, or we had to win the last game. Like we're still trying to dig ourselves out of a hole here. Anyways, I know Rick and I were very passionate. We could probably bitch about this for another 4 hours, but we do have a format we need to follow. All right, so that moves us on to the opposition report, brought to you by Delicious Yegburger.
Love it.
Emad and his team over at Yegburger are making delicious things. Go try them if you haven't already. Also, because we're talking about Yegburger, a very, very good supporter of them, Brad Stepanko, I want to wish you a happy 40th birthday, buddy. This guy is one of the fantastic citizens within the nation. He is doing the Neon Nation bombs every time Leon Draisaitl scores.
Doesn't miss a goal ever.
Doesn't miss a goal. If he is at work, he is reporting to duty. It doesn't matter what time of day to pay that debt.
Did you see the wife was sleeping the other day and he did a really, really quiet one? The guy doesn't quit. I love it.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Brad. Anyways, opposition report. Washington Capitals. Rick, thoughts?
Well, I think the biggest item here is that they're down Ovechkin, right? Like it's around All-Star time. I think we all know that he does not like playing in All-Star games, so I don't know. It's maybe a little suspicious. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But nonetheless, he's out for tonight.
All-Star COVID.
Yeah, exactly, right? So Washington's they're turning into an older team right now. This is not Washington from when they won the Cup, and I'm not trying to take anything away from them, right? But they're turning into a bit of an older team. They're on the second half of back-to-back, where last night they played their Calgary Flames, their Vancouver. They played Pittsburgh.
Yep.
They went to overtime. They went to a shootout, I believe.
Yeah, and
those guys are gonna be tired.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there and I'm watching. I'm watching not the game, but I'm watching the NHL.com and seeing how that game's breaking out. And I'm like, every added second to that game, that longer that it goes past regulation, I'm like, yes, this is good for us. Yes,
that's one of those games where you get super jacked up for, and then the next game
it was emotional.
There's going to be a bit of a letdown.
The Oilers just slide into the Capitol and just beat down. So we're going to be pissed off because of
question.
Yes, well, we better be pissed off how we played in Ottawa. We better be pissed off.
Yes, we need to come out with some energy. We come out with some energy, I think we're going to be okay. If we come out the way we have always before, kind of even keel, we do what we do, we can get in trouble.
Yeah.
But if they come out and they grab it, then I think we're okay.
And they got a chance because they got a tired team, an emotionally drained team from a big win last
night.
Both
goalies played last night.
Both goalies played last night. We
don't know yet.
Who's playing for them? We don't know yet.
We don't know yet. They have not announced who the goalie is.
Hopefully he's tired and emotionally drained. And the other thing, let's be honest here. Washington Capitals have been a juggernaut for a long time. Won the Cup a few years back. Older roster, still can compete, but over the last month they've been kind of struggling. I went and looked at their home record. They're 12-7-5, which really is they're 12-12. They're 500 at home.
Yeah.
So this is more reason, which also leads to why the Oilers are favored in Washington, which is mind-blowing to me. So we got Ovi with the All-Star flu, COVID. I shouldn't have said that. I said All-Star COVID. Well-timed COVID to avoid All-Star games. And we've got a hopefully emotionally exhausted Washington Capitals team.
Hopefully.
With one of the goalies through the carousel starting. I like our chances.
So do I. And I mean, this is two teams that don't see each other very often, right? I don't think we've played against them, or at least in Washington, since 2019. Obviously, whatever's happened in the last couple of years. We haven't won there, I think, since 2015. So it's been a while, but it's only like 3 games.
The math is on our side. I like when the math is on our side.
But I want this team to go out and grab the game.
Yeah, they do. So the one thing they have to expect, or to be expected from Washington, is they are a big team. They are physical. So hopefully we can endure that and reciprocate.
Good. We need to learn how to play against this stuff in order to get further in the playoffs.
There's absorbing it and there's also dishing it out. And we don't have a choice but to absorb it. We got to get better at the dishing out. Which now leads us to talking about the Oilers with our lineups presented by our good friends, the one half of the Neon Nation Bomb, Deuce Vodka. What do we got?
You know what? Cassian got knocked down a level. Derek Ryan got bumped up.
Good.
McLeod got bumped up to second line.
He's been buzzing.
He has been. And I think he was on the fourth line center just because they didn't know where to put him. I don't know why they're giving it to Fogle. I guess it's because they like that two-way game. But we need offense. So let's put out some speed. You got McLeod, Draisaitl, and Puljujarvi on one line.
Yep.
Those are two big guys that can play along the boards, and two guys that can fly. And then, so you've got two guys like that. should be looking for Leon passes at all times.
Yes.
You get Pugliarvi in front of the net.
Don't try to drive that line. Just go to an area that Leon can find you, and it'll just happen.
And let Pugliarvi go to the net.
Yes.
That's a huge body to try and look around. And we've seen McLeod can shoot the puck. He snuck that one in the other day on coming down the right side. Got the goal scoring going for us.
Yes.
The guy can score.
Yep.
He has to learn that it's okay to shoot.
Yes.
And I think in this situation, if you put the big fin in front, now there's only one guy to pass the puck to, and he's usually going to dishing it off to you. So Clowder is going to get that puck. He's going to have to shoot the puck.
He's getting more confident with the puck on his stick, which is a big thing. So now just learning, because once again, you're the young guy, so there's always that you feel compelled to dish. So I think that's kind of the next step that I think we'll see in his game. But a well-deserved promotion. I'm excited to see him in that lineup.
We also have Barry in over Russell. And we were talking about this before the show. There's only two guys to choose from, right? And if Barry's coming back, it's either Russell's out or Lageson's out.
Yeah, and they both play left side, so it's a Lagesson over Russell decision, in my opinion. And
is that puck moving over a defensive type of guy?
Yeah.
That's got to be a good thing, though. We've wanted the puck. I know he's not the greatest puck mover out there, but he's most likely better than Russell. We've wanted this type of a lineup, and I know Barry's not defensive, but you've got... We're transferring into a situation where we're using guys who move the puck from now on and can skate.
Yeah, no, and that's fair. But you're playing Ovi removed. You're still playing a team that can pass the puck around and create high danger chances. Mm-hmm. And there's only one person on the Oilers roster that eats that shit for breakfast. That is Chris Russell.
Yeah, I mean, with having Russell out there, I bet it makes it a little bit easier for Koskinen.
Oh, we have to make it easier for Koskinen.
But he takes away the bottom of the net, and that's what Kostinen's good at. You know
I
what
will
I'm talking
never
about?
argue his legs, those things, and how he moves side to side of those things.
Oh, he's ginormous
he's elite.
for one.
He's elite.
He's
It's
ginormous.
anything north of the waist, he is a disaster.
Oh, get it around his shoulders, and we're talking trouble.
And under the arm and everything.
But if we
Pucks
have
just
these
find a
guys
way to
out
get through.
there, they're looking at playing the type of game that's not in our end.
Yep.
Right? I know we don't have the best options, but that's what these guys do. They like to move the puck. And so I'm a little bit excited to see that the coach decided to go with an offensive lineup. I'd like to see him do that in a lot of other areas of this team, but we are where we are. Let's see what we can do. I mean, Lagesson, you have to decide about him at the end of the year.
Yep.
One way or the other. The way he's been playing right now or the way he's been getting used, you don't know what the hell you have. Yay or nay, we're not sure. So let's put him out there and see what we have.
Yeah, and I expect big things from the big line with Kane, McDavid, and Yamamoto tonight. I feel like a big performance is going to happen. I feel like tonight's going to be a rout, which kind of leads us into let's talk do some betting talk. A rout, yeah,
for us.
Oh,
I love it.
Yeah, I think it's remember, we got a team that's kind of running on a low tank. Yeah. We're kind of upset with how we gave that game to Ottawa. Yep. I feel like tonight the team's going to come together and have a big performance in Washington. I think I feel like the Oilers need to win. The circumstances are there so they can win. And, I'm now, like I said, to transition this into betting talk, I'm going to talk about how I'm going to bet in this. The book also thinks the Oilers are going to win. They're favored on the road in Washington, D.C. I was mind blown. I thought maybe they thought Washington State, and they're playing Seattle. I'm like, what's the disconnect here? They're favored minus 120 right now against Washington. So since I'm a firm believer of the route, and I lost a little bit of money, and I'm betting with some emotion against Ottawa, I'm going Oilers puck line.
You're going Oilers puck line.
I'm going puck line. Oilers are winning by a minimum of 2. And I'm probably going to look at...
You're talking route. We're talking Koskinen.
I'm talking route.
You got to be talking over-under then.
Well, I personally avoid from over-unders. I have a tough time cheering for them. Because I can... My one thing
we can win 7-0 and that's over.
But the reality is I can only bet over. I can't bet under. And that's the problem with over-under.
But you're talking about the number right now is 6.
Yes.
6.
So Oilers win 4-1. Is that considered a route?
I don't think that's a route.
5-1 is a route.
You're getting closer.
Okay, so we're going. So
but you're also saying Koskinen's going to only get let in 1.
Well, he could let 3 in a route. We're just scoring 7 or 8.
You know what today is?
So then it's an over.
You know what the anniversary today is?
8-point Gagne.
8-4 game.
Who is 8-4 game? Who's our Gagne tonight? Who's getting 8 points? I want to see the world light on fire. Evander Kane, 8 points. So
be
I'm betting.
amazing.
I am betting if I can, I'm going to find Evander Kane over 1.5 points to see what that looks like. And then if any night I feel like Connor's going to go supernova, which is what is needed if the Oilers are going to rout. Once again, betting with my heart, not using any math or spreadsheets when I make these decisions.
Unnecessary.
Oilers or Edmonton. I mean, Connor McDavid. Holy cow! I need to eat lunch.
All of them.
Over 2.5 points.
You know what's the weird thing though? How many times have we scored the first goal in like all season? I don't give a shit. Not very often, right?
Oh, let's go first tonight.
And
or do they score first?
dude, it's
so we win
almost
7-1?
a pick 'em. They're almost even. Washington is minus 110. Edmonton's minus 115.
So the books
How is it
think
so
the
cold?
books think
How is
we're
it so
going to
close?
score first.
Yeah.
The books think we're going to score first. Therefore, this has got to be a route. These are smart people that actually use numbers to make decisions.
Yeah, and they put these numbers out there to kind of like
once
take us in
again,
one
bet
direction.
responsibly. Don't listen to me too much on this. I'm betting with my heart. I won a bunch of money on the Montreal game, so I'm playing with a little bit of house money until I lose it all.
If you got the house money, man, just have some fun.
Temporary house money, yeah.
Yeah, once you're dipping back into the bank account, kind of play on the brakes a bit. But if you're playing with house money, have some fun with it.
Yeah. So let's put a bow on this because once again, I could talk forever. And when I used to do these, they were 45 minutes long, which is too long for all of you. So, what is your? I'm making up a segment. What is your Sherwood Ford the Giant keys to the game?
We got to come out hard early and grab the game by the collar. We all know what happens if we just sit back and play that ho-hum style. We can have a bad goal against us, kind of get dejected, or you start changing the game style a bit. We need to go out there and grab it and take it and run with it. We are a team that can play with any other team in this league. They need to start walking around like that.
Yeah. We need our swag back, and we lost our swag there for a month. We were slowly getting it back, and then we lost it a bit in Ottawa. But I guess the benefit from the Ottawa game is we got the Bettman point, so that's still adding to the point pile that we need to build up. Yep. So I guess you can still look at that as a positive.
There's still a lot of positives come out of it. For sure.
Yeah, 100%. It was just an off night. Like I said, I think keys to the game are exactly. We have to start hot because veteran team with Washington, skilled, big team. You can't let them in too early because
playing from behind is not fun.
And we also have a little bit of trauma from that losing skid. So the minute we're down a couple, it's tough to get out of that mentally. So you're right. We have to take the game the bull by the horns, as they like to say somewhere.
Please.
And we got to be first to score, and we got to run away with it. And we need a big performance from Mikko. We also need to limit the shots that he faces, just like we did against Nashville. That was a really good team we played. We outshot the shit out of them, and we barely won, but we won against a really good team. We're playing a good team tonight. We need to do the same thing.
They're tired. They're on the second half of back-to-back. Shoot the damn puck. We did it 2 games ago. We put up 1 billion shots in 2 games. We can do it.
Yeah.
They just got to go out there and fire the puck.
We can do it. So I think the game starts at 5 because it's out east. We got tricked to the Ottawa game starting at 5:30. Kind of messed with my whole day. So anyways, I'm ready for a 5 o'clock start.
Oh.
And Rick, this has been a pleasure.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, I like your bet, but I'm going to one-up you.
Let's go.
I'm going to take him in regulation because that's over double money.
What's it paying?
Plus 115.
Yeah, well, I'm chasing plus 250 in the puck line. Buddy. Come for that delicious juice.
Your puck line is minus.
I meant minus 1.5.
Yeah.
Yes, they're going to win by 2.
Yeah. If they're going to win by 2, that's regulation.
That's juicy.
That's regulation, though.
Yeah, that's fair.
So then take it in regulation. Plus 115. Double your money.
But plus 215 is more than plus 115.
It's minus 125 still.
What's minus 125?
Is the money line Oilers.
Money line. I'm saying puck line. They got to win by 2.
Oh, that's I missed. Okay, all right, I'll give it to you. Let's go. I misheard you.
That was some betting 101 lessons brought to you by PointsBet. But honestly, thank you for letting us jump in the chair. Thank you for your attention today. Thank you, Sherwood Ford. Thank you, Deuce Vodka. Thank you, Egg-Burger. Thank you, Nation Citizens. Thank you, Connor McDavid, for 3 points tonight, and LFG.
Let's go.